enough with that. Friends, how you doing? It's Crypto Ernie. We're in the burn. Here to exclaim my disgust in you people. Kowtowing to the great red menace. What am I talking about? I'm talking about 3 days, I think it was 3 days ago, that Chairman Xi made a proclamation, or like it came down from the word of God, that China should take the lead in blockchain development, as if now all the Bitcoin maximalists were saved because the great red hope is going to put their giant muscle behind our beloved Bitcoin and crypto. And so we got a nice little pump out of that. And today, there's an article backing off from that. Saying, whoa, we didn't mean all of that. I want to know, how many Chinese millionaires and billionaires cashed in on that pump? How many of them stole your Bitcoin? Just how many of them did? And you look up to these bastards as being saviors of blockchain, of being leaders? These commie bastards? Oh, sure, I'll probably get demonetized. No problem, because I never monetize any of my videos. Ever! So they can't hurt me. Sell your soul for a little dough. Sell your soul to the commie bastards so you can make a little bling, little ching-ching. It's kind of Chinese humor. Be like King James. Oh, the commies. Oh, the big great red master. You can't say anything about them because you just don't understand. It's all so nuanced. How many people are going to get hurt if you say something bad against the Chinese? Against China, as President Trump would say. China! There's nothing good about China. The Chinese people are good. The Chinese Politburo, the communists, are evil. They are evil personified in Xi. Yet we all drool at the prospect. Not we, no, you, not me. Drool at the prospect of the Chinese taking the lead in blockchain, as if that will save your soul, make you rich. You really think that? You really think? And where goes the whole idea of decentralization? Where are the majority of miners located today? In China! Look, I'm all for making money off of Bitcoin and its volatility. But there's no way, no friggin' way in hell, no way on this God's earth that I will ever kowtow to China. Ever! Commie bastards. They are responsible for more deaths than Hitler, than Stalin, Mussolini combined. They are a death machine. They give no care for any individual human being. They are expendable. They are Soylent Green. Look it up. They are literally acting like Soylent Green. They go around gathering up people, murdering them on the fly, so that they can supply the world with fresh organs. Not a conspiracy. They made a pact with the West that they would leave Hong Kong to its own devices until, I think it was 2047. And look what they're doing now. They're moving in. They want China. China wants Hong Kong for themselves. Now. They're sweeping people off the street and shipping them back to the mainland. This is the type of government that you want, or this is the type of backing you want to blockchain. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you people? The fact that they're involved with it at all should send shivers down your spine. China, you're willing to forego all of their evil for a little bling bling. And then recently there's a story I saw. Where did I see it? Now I have to go look for it. Oh yeah, in Cointelegraph, China warns against cryptocurrency speculation amid blockchain hype. The state newspaper says, "We must remain rational." As Reuters reported on October 29th, quoting local news outlet The People's Daily, Beijing's previously announced support for blockchain should not be read as a support for crypto. Oh, yes, we'll take over blockchain, but crypto, we're just going to manipulate the hell out of that to ingratiate all our billionaires here in China. The People's Daily is a publication under the direct control of the ruling political power, the Communist Party of China. Blockchain's future is here, but we must remain rational, it wrote, so that they can enact their long-term plan to subvert everything. I mean, how do you separate blockchain from Bitcoin? You cannot. Sorry, it cannot be done. How can you separate blockchain from crypto? You cannot. It cannot be done. They are double speaking. They'll say whatever they friggin' have to friggin' say to manipulate your weak little minds so that they can eventually control you. Because that's what they do under communism. The rise of blockchain technology was accompanied by that of cryptocurrencies, but innovation in blockchain technology does not mean we should speculate on virtual currencies. Fucking bullshit. They want to play both sides. Oh, we're being nice now. We're not going to attack your precious cryptocurrencies. No, we're just adding to the blockchain aura. We're willingly giving up our big brains to the rest of the world so that we can advance the cause of blockchain. That's what we're doing, yep. Go ahead. Just keep on drinking the fluoride. And we'll be okay. Bitcoin still higher after blockchain remarks. No, actually, it dropped overnight. Where are we now? It dropped from, a high of, what was that? We were up to 10,600. We dropped down quickly after some of these remarks to 9,200. We popped back up to almost 9,600. We're down now at 93.45 at this present moment. I see us dropping down to below 8,500. At PatternCast, we have a target of 8,300. We have another target of 7,700. Because we don't fall for this China crap. China. Yes, we will put that in there. China is attacking PatternCast? Nah, they can't attack PatternCast. They have no access to PatternCast. Usman Sheikh says, don't listen to this fool. Ernie is a fucking jackass. And if you're down with him, then you're also a jackass. Obviously a communist. Someone who is bought into and is willing to subvert their soul for the communists. It's people like you that are fucking up this world. Usman. Unfriggin' believable. The NBA has sold their soul. Hollywood has sold their soul. You know that Hollywood is basically owned by China now, and that all movies and all social media, all media that comes out, is under their direct authority. They had to go to China because their crap that they were trying to peddle here in the United States, where we have at least some semblance of morals, wasn't gaining any traction. So the Hollywood elite needed to sell themselves out. The NBA, their bullshit rules and dunking and subversion of the whole beautiful game of basketball has gone downhill. They sold themselves out to China too. And then someone within the organization who has a soul called it out. And then King James said, oh, no, you must not listen to this person with morals. He does not know what he talks about. It's the same story over and over again. China, the communists, they are the globalists. They are the ultimate evil. What about the news that came out about Trump admin rigged BTC? What power does Trump have over Bitcoin? That's fucking bullshit. Yes, that is fake news. Hi, Ernie. Sorry to ask. I'm sure you have been asked this before. Is it possible to pay for a month of Bitcoin PatternCast to try out the service? Yeah, we have a monthly version of Bitcoin for PatternCast, or PatternCast for Bitcoin. Mike Contra says, as someone who grew up in Hong Kong, I'm loving this China talk. Ernie is correct. Fucking evil. Yes. Thank you, Mike. I have friends over in Hong Kong. They tell me all about what's going on over there. It is disgusting. They have no regard for the human life or the individual. None whatsoever. They have a long-term plan to take us all over by feeding us candy. And if you can't see that, man, you need some direction. This is a weird one from myself. Oh, that is weird. It was from myself. I have no idea. How can a myself call me? And then it was one of those, operators saying, to accept, press 1. Yeah, right. Crypto Yo. Yeah, candy in the form of platitudes and promises of riches for you. Just unbelievable. I predict that Bitcoin is going to go down hard once the good people in the United States and hopefully in Europe, and then those people who are on the fringes of Asia who are not yet, who are still independent, realize just how evil China is and says that this whole pump up was bullshit. Total and utter bullshit. It was nothing more than a plan to extract a little bit more money, a little bit more of your blood, and then divert it to Chinese billionaires, who are also part of the government there. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about blockchain. They only care about world domination. That's all they care about. Period. End of story. And the fact that Bitcoin is pretty much solely in their territory now really worries me. They can shut it down anytime they want, create massive security hacks. So it looks like I got a voicemail on my Google Voice. Let's see. I wonder what it was. Let's see if we can find it. Should be transcribed. Interesting. There it is. It's a phishing call. I just got the transcribed message. It's probably from China. They figure if I call them up, they're offering me $99,000. Yep, China was on the phone. All right. So let's do a little bit of analysis of Bitcoin and first see where we are. We shall take that off. No, we'll keep that on. That we need that. We need the China background. Maybe that's not the best one to have. Let's see. Nah, that one's okay. We have Chairman G, our buddy. Get a little booger there, G. Doink. Doink. All right. Let's go to the charts. So we had a call back here just on the day that we spiked. Entry of 9,200. We've had other calls here that have reiterated that. All of them short. We have not put them out there because they were kind of redundant calls. They just had slightly different targets. Some were at 83, some were at 77, all of them short. All of them believing that there is a big short coming. And you can see that from the volume profile. We are on and just about entering into the precipice of this large volume well, which is hard to see here because that's really only the recent price action. But when we move out to a daily chart, let's get rid of that fib. We don't need no stinking fibs. We don't need this. Now this is a chart that I drew quite some time ago, predicting this move up, and then also predicting the move down. But you can see, as shown by this little triangle here, this little doohickey, we're in the midst of a very large, and you can see it right here. Let's do a horizontal ray right where we are. We're right there. Let's change that color to a bright red or purple. Let's fuchsia. You can see that we're right in the middle of this huge volume well. We started up here, came down quickly, came back up to the edge of that volume well, which is right there, and then slipped back down to here. Now, what typically happens in a large volume well is that you move through it very quickly. So what I would expect is that we will continue to move down, probably down to here, which is around 8,300. That's one of our targets. And once we get to this volume node, we will probably exercise it and then at the lowest point get down to 7,700. But this is probably where we'll settle, right here on the apex of this volume node. All right. So there's the volume profile analysis. Here was the top of that move on the China-induced pump, where people on the Politburo and billionaires in China stole your fiat and Bitcoin through well-placed words by Chairman G. There was probably something, some miner or something made some remark, or some buddy of G, someone in the Politburo that owns one of the mining facilities, say, hey, we need a pump here. I could use an extra $2 or $3 billion. So they put out the word, pumped it up to all us gullible Westerners who just love China. Friggin' pansies, red commie pinko bastards who just sucked it up and just gave your money over to them, and now it's all going to get dumped. Say goodbye to that money while we're short. And we will just suck that all in as it goes back, retraces back down to its normalcy, which I believe is right about here. Could even go lower. I mean, I think that we will eventually hit this potential down here of 6,400, and that will be the bottom. But in the meantime, we've got to make our way through this big volume well. Yeah, Alan says the NBA got to sell them sneakers. Yep, I've decided I'm not buying anything from China anymore. I'm going to do whatever I can to buy things that are made in the USA. Fuck China. They don't get shit from me. It really upsets me that I have to buy Apple products, although they are designed in the United States and a lot of the manufacturing happens here in the United States, but they are assembled in China. That's because Tim Cook is a globalist and he's sold his soul to China. Did you know that all the security keys for all of our private information is being held in China? That was one of the preconditions of working with Tim Cook, the sellout. Crypto Yo says, China is listening, Ernie. Seed says, now I have to destroy my phone. Can't destroy my phone. I know that this thing is really bad for me. And it's probably spying on me. Stephen Kojins says, you are right about China and the world domination, but what does Bitcoin mean in the global scheme of things? It is a small niche belonging to freaks. Yes, but China controls those freaks. And they understand that it has potential to grow. And it's creating a lot of billionaires. And they like that control. They look at it as another means of control. And when you have someone like Facebook, who is easily manipulated by the left, by the commies, in my view, probably has plenty of spies in there. They will get their hooks into Facebook, already have them in Apple, Google, of course. All of them kowtowing to the great red menace, as is Hollywood, and now most of our media. They're getting their fingers everywhere that they can to manipulate us, to subvert us, to drain us. Slowly. That is their plan. It's not going to happen while I'm on watch. I am not going to allow it to happen. China ain't getting nothing from me from now on. Ever. Everything I check, I'm going to make sure. Was it sourced from China? If it is, fuck it. Going in the trash heap. I am conflicted on my phone because I am so tied to it. At least there was most of it designed here in the United States. At least we have that going for us. And Tim Cook has started to build assembly factories, robotic factories here in the United States. So that is something. We'll see how far that goes. But all of this hype was caused by China. All of it on Bitcoin. And now they are exacting the dump. They got what they wanted. They did the pump. Now they're doing the dump. The dump is okay, in my view, because they're basically cashing in and backing off. And then Bitcoin will drop down to its true value, which right now I believe is in the 77 to 8,200 range, 8,300 range. That is the true value right now. If you look at Bitcoin over the long term by taking a best fit linear regression from the very beginning of Bitcoin's life to today, and that works out to just around 7,000, 7,500 or so. So we're right in line. And if you project that out to the year 2022 that should bring Bitcoin to an average value of around 10,000. I know that sounds utterly incongruous. I mean, the Bitcoin maximalists want to believe that it's going to be 100,000, 100 million by then. And it may bubble between then and there and then drop down below it, but that average will maintain, in my view, for a long time. All right. Had to get China off my chest. The evil China. They are mind-fucking us. And that is the truth. Do not become obsessed. Do not become attached with cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, blockchain. It's just a technology. It's just an asset. It's just something to trade. And it's being manipulated in majority by a great evil, the red state of China, the fucking communists. So keep that in mind. Use it. Use them. I have no problem with making money off of the bastards, but I do have a problem in subverting our will, giving over our souls to those soulless beings over there. They must be destroyed. And the only way to destroy them is to not give anything to them.